And it's live. Oh, I hear an echo.
Nah. My headphones are plugged in, so you shouldn't be hearing an echo.
Alright, okay.
You still hearing that?
Is that? We'll go with that. But
Right.
hey guys, Dogsy here, and welcome to this emergency broadcast. We did not expect to be back live in 2020, but today, Robbo resigned from the Motherwell position, and Motherwell are now without a manager. Stevie's feeling different about it than I am, but this is what we are here to talk to you about. But before that, we'll dive into the comments, see how everyone's doing. Hello, Sean, Stilly, Callum, hello, Joseph. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, Joseph. But we don't really have time to really read out a lot of Happy New Year wishes. I mean, we wish everyone a Happy New Year, but this is a serious stream. Like we like to do things very lightly, but at the moment things aren't great with Motherwell, so we're here to talk about that. So first of all, we're going to talk about what happened last night. Of course, I'll just give a quick rundown for those who do not know. Basically, we started the brighter team against Kilmarnock, and then Kilmarnock scored with our first proper chance, and that was really the sucker punch in the first half. And then in the second half, Kilmarnock got a penalty. Mark O'Hara got sent off. Kilmarnock scored the penalty, and it was 2 going on 4, maybe even 5, wasn't it, Stevie?
Yeah, it was. As you say, we started okay. I thought we had a couple of chances, and we're just going to take them. And then obviously Kilmarnock go and score, and then after that the game was a bogey. But what was disappointing for me, we sat and talked about the manager Gogsy and what he's done wrong and what's went wrong there. The players showed no fight, no desire, no hunger to get back in the game. It's alright to sit and point the finger at Robbo, as I've done on social media on many an occasion in the last couple of weeks. But you've got to look at the players, mate. And I know he signed them. But we're still stuck with these players, so they need to find something now.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to dig in and somehow get a result on Saturday, which I do not see us getting in any shape or form against Hamilton, because you know what Hamilton are like. Hamilton can go a whole round of fixtures without winning a game, which is 11, and then
play Motherwell.
And then they play Motherwell, and then they'll easily get 3 points.
Yeah, you're spot on. And you think about it as well, we've got Mark O'Hara out. Mm-hmm. We've lost Callum Lang. Mm-hmm. It looks like Trevor Carson's going to be injured. Mm-hmm. So,
and you've got Jordan Archer and Aaron Chapman who are out of contract on Friday.
Exactly. So do we bring PJ back for Falkirk? Is that what we do? Or do we get one of them to sign a new contract? Because I don't think Chapman's the answer. I mean, you seen it last night. He came out.
Chapman's awful.
He came out for the cross and
dropped it, didn't he?
He dropped it. And Cut Broadfoot was laughing at him. That's how bad it was. Cut Broadfoot, an absolute donkey, is laughing at you. Mm-hmm. So where we go, that's a big question. But I think the change was the right thing, Gogsy. I mean,
okay.
I'm not taking anything away from what Robbo done. 2 cup finals, 3rd place finish, fantastic. But you look at the record, 9 wins in 40 games this calendar year and 8 home wins in 12 months. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know Motherwell are a yo-yo club, but we've got to have ambition, and that's not acceptable. That for any club, that's not acceptable, mate. And he knew that himself. That's why he's resigned.
Yeah. Before we get any further to the next point, the emergency is the fact that this was completely unscheduled. This was not a planned podcast, so. I mean, no one expected Robbo to be resigning today of all days, but it seems to be a really bad time, in my opinion, because, I mean, I was expecting Robbo to be able, because, I mean, how many times before have people been like, oh, Robbo out, Robbo this, Robbo that, and then give him a transfer window, and he's completely turned it around.
Yeah, I know, but, and I must say, thank you to Robbo for resigning. Because it would have been easier for him to wait to be sacked, and then that would have then cost the club money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In this financial climate, so that shows the appreciation that he had for the club. You see a lot of managers just ride that out. Yeah. I don't think he could have turned it around with signings, because his signings this season haven't inspired me. There've been too many duds, and he said that himself. He said that the club need new blood, but we need to find it quickly. We need to find it quickly, because we're in trouble.
Gurney, he will not get a payoff because he resigned. We did not terminate his contract. It was Robbo himself that resigned, so it's different that way. But anyway, moving on. So we've had it's obvious. It's so easy to just name and shame everyone at the club who's done wrong, and we're not here to do that. We're just here to sort of be critical about the club's performance over the last calendar year.
It's an analysis, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly. But thing is, what happened last night has happened. We've watched basically the exact same game. How many times this year?
Oh, too many. I've lost count. Was the last game? You correct me if I'm wrong. Was the last game we won Ross County?
Livingston.
Was that the last Livingston? That was the last game we won. Yeah. That feels like that was Halloween.
Yeah, that was Halloween.
That was Halloween. That was the last time we won a game. So it's been going on for basically 2 months. That is 2 months today. That's utter dross. But you look further back than that, Gogsy. Even towards the end of the season, last season, when the pandemic hit.
Yeah,
we were playing some awful football. Some awful football. And we were never going to finish third that season. Anybody that thinks that we were going to finish third if that season continued needs to have a long hard look at themselves. They're tripping.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know where the turning point was. Was it the game we lost 2-1 at home to Hamilton last year?
I'll tell you what it is with Robbo's teams, right? I don't think Robbo has a plan B. See, when his plan A works, it's brilliant, right? See when we used to play the long ball for style before Turnbull and Hasty came in.
Yeah.
We did okay for the couple of games with that. We were then found out. We went on this horrible run until January, and they changed it because the players that came in were quality. But we've not had that luxury of having a good youth system this season.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been stuck.
Feeling that, but us especially, because we rely on our youth to come through and then potentially sell them on one day for a good fee. But unfortunately, because we don't have that at the moment, we're awful.
I think Sean's made a great point in the comments. He says that I know, because there's two sides of looking at it, but give Lasley the window, because he obviously knows the team and he knows what needs to be improved. And I honestly think if we give Keith a couple of games and it goes well, give him the job. And I'm not just. I think he's ready. Obviously, time will tell that, but he's been a coach under Robbo for years. Whether we need new ideas and somebody new to come in. Obviously, how well Keith does will tell that. But I think, as Sean says, like Keith bringing some players, I think that's a good idea.
So do you think it'd be, well, certainly has to be for this weekend, because there's not enough time to draft a new manager in anyway before Hamilton. We'll have to bring in Keith Lasley as our number one, and I would say Maurice Ross is our assistant manager.
Yeah, or they could go the other way a bit, because Mo's managed before, hasn't he? But Keith might want to stay in that assistant role, so they might do that. But no, I think one of the two, definitely going to end up taking it. But no, something needs to change.
Okay. But I had a wee idea here, right? You know how we got $3 million for David Turnbull?
Yes.
And you know how we pride ourselves as that club from Lanarkshire that ends up punching above its weight every season.
Yeah, so you want us to go for the manager that's
I
seen his
want
punch in the bubble
I
away?
want us to go for someone that's got experience in turning teams around. And
Yeah.
I don't want us to take a risk on Morris Ross or Keith Lasley, because that'll just tarnish their name even more if they end up relegating us.
Yeah, and you would hate to see that happen to Keith, especially. Keith's a legend at the club.
I mean,
One of your record appearance holders.
yeah, but the
I
thing is,
agree.
I know we are only fans. We can only speculate what's happening behind the scenes. But if it were me, and if there were room in the budget, I would want to spend about £1 million on improving the squad and improving the backroom staff.
Yeah. I think what they're going to do with the 3 million, they've said that they're going to build a new training facility.
I don't. I'm sorry, but
You might disagree with that, Gogsy, but I think that's the correct way for Motherwell to go about things. We won't see the success from that immediately. I know.
no, but
I understand that.
But at the moment, all I care about is our place in the league.
Yeah.
And if that means we have to go and spend £1 million to improve a squad, I'm absolutely delighted about that, because we've turned over £6 million in profit this calendar year alone on players. Let's try and invest that on the pitch before we deal with off the pitch circumstances. For example, I'm crying out for us to re-sign Gaboli Aribi. He's doing nothing in Greece for his team right now. Let's get him back on loan and fix what damage has already been done.
No, the problem if you go for another manager, right? He's going to come in. He's going to have to take time to make his mind up about the players, and then he's going to have to see what he needs. So that's going to take a bit of time of figuring out, unless the board already have a list of players there that they can go out and target to bring in. But then that's the old thing, is it's not that manager's players in, is it?
Yeah.
So
you're absolutely
it's a bit of a catch-22. Do you know what I mean?
Robbie, you're walking a very fine line here. We cannot deal with Alex McLeish again. No, absolutely not.
Alex McLeish will end up blaming Scott McKenna for one of your goals. Even though he didn't play with us, do you know what I mean? Then that time he was on the pitch, he wasn't even on the pitch in Israel, and they blamed him for the goal. Mental. But no, I wouldn't go. I want us to go for somebody younger. Yeah, I want us to be bold and be brave, mate.
Interesting. Eddie Howe.
Hi. Well, there you go. Spend the 3 million on what is that? 3 months in an Eddie Howe contract or something?
Aye.
Get him to the end of the season.
I know. The last time we spent big on transfers in order to compete, we almost did. But I'm not asking us to compete at the top end. I just want us to stay up this season and then build on this.
Yeah, I'd agree.
You've got to speculate to accumulate. You've got to spend money to go and basically bring in the success.
How long's Louis Moult injured for? Is he out for the majority of the season?
God knows, mate. Like, he's been injured for the last 2 years.
I know, but and I know that it's even a punt to take the fact that he's not played much football, but if we could get him on loan if he was fit to the end of the season.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't go for Stuart McCall again. I think we've done that time.
No, been there, done it with the t-shirt.
Yeah.
He's kind of a fizzling out as a manager as well.
Luke Carroll says, my 3 favourites would be Tommy Wright, Simo Balakari, or my bullshit Shelley Kerr. Shelley Kerr doesn't have much experience in the men's game as a manager, does she?
That would be a brave appointment, and it's one that it could be a masterstroke, but it could also be a disaster.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And
I would love Simo. I would love Simo.
But the thing is, you see the record of basically Scandinavian managers in the Scottish Premiership. The most recent being Ronnie Dyler, and he was at the end of his time at Celtic. I mean, he only won the league twice, didn't he?
Yeah, but there's a difference. Simo knows the club.
He does indeed.
He's not coming in as a total stranger. He's played in the Scottish game. He knows the Scottish game, so he's got some experience there at least.
So, out of all the names, Stevie, out of all the names that have been mentioned so far, who do you think is the most likely to come in as Motherwell manager from outside sources, not within the club?
Probably your best shout is probably Tommy Wright, isn't it? That's the one that everybody seems to be mentioning, but I think that's a wee bit of a sideways appointment for me.
Yeah,
I think we're on about the same level as Robbo. So I would like to see us go for Simo, as I've said. Simo for me would be brilliant. It is a risk, but it's a risk that I feel like we need to take. I feel like we need to be bold. And then the other names that I've got down, whether they would want the job, Stephen Craigan, potentially.
I don't think he'd want the job.
Billy Davies. He's not been in management in ages, and I thought he'd been okay at Derby, Nottingham Forest. I don't know if he's looking to get back into the game, but if he is, that would be a fantastic appointment. Or Ian Holloway.
Now, I like the sound of Ian Holloway as well, because he played, like, his style of management is attractive attacking football, but his teams always concede goals.
Do you know what'd be brilliant though? He'd give you entertaining press conferences, wouldn't he?
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
It'd be great to have on a podcast as well.
Exactly, and you know, and he wouldn't give you the same, oh, we need to do better next game. He'd come out and he'd just be brash and he'd be honest, and, do you know what I mean? And he tries to play good football.
Yeah.
He tries to play entertaining football.
And he actually has a contact to go out and get the players to play that sort of brand of football, and it would be exciting to watch.
Exactly. See anybody mentioning Craig Levein in the comments, can we ban them, please?
Absolutely, mate.
I want him nowhere near my club. He's a specky idiot. Honestly, he's an idiot.
No, we're not having Alan Stubbs. Not. Graham Alexander should be worth a shout.
Oh, no. That's interesting. But no one Motherwell will go for somebody you've never heard before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What about Derek Adams?
Well, Derek played with the club. He did okay at County. Did okay at Plymouth.
County, or he got to the final.
I think so. And did he not win the knuckles? Was it Jim McIntyre that won the cup with County? It was, wasn't it? It was, wasn't it? But he got to a final against Dundee United, and he got Plymouth into the playoff final as well.
Yeah.
Malky Mackay, I think, is a good shout as well.
Malky is a decent shout, but at the same time, how long has it been since he was an actual proper manager?
True.
But the thing is, when I look at names, like, I look at how long they've been out of the game and how long since their last job was. For example, you've got Ian Holloway, who's just been sacked by Grimsby. You've also got Tony Pulis, who was once mentioned as well. No, Tony Pulis is completely out of the question. Sorry, Liam Jaffrey, you're getting banned for 5 minutes for mentioning Mark McGee. Robbie Henderson says Gary Holt. Now that
you can stick to driving buses.
No, I think Gary Holt, because of Livingston used to have such a similar playing style to Motherwell, I was thinking that was a decent shout, but I can see why you're not so keen.
No, not for me at all. No, but I think that anybody that does come in is going to do better than what we had. It would be very, very difficult to do much worse than we have been doing in recent time. Very difficult.
Let's face it, this is a very, very huge transfer window. We've got 12 minutes till we go off, Ski. So,
yeah.
Stevie, I would like to hear any potential players you would like to sign realistically.
God, you put me on the spot there. You put me right in the spot here, by the way. You've mentioned Bowie Aribi.
The only problem is, because Bowie Aribi plays in Greece, he would have to self-isolate for 2 weeks.
If Celtic have got a new winger coming in, could we not take Mikey Johnson on loan?
That's a very good shout.
Because we're crying out for the winger. Mikey Johnson's crying out for games. It's relatively local to where he's playing at Celtic. It's no much further along the road, so they would need to move anywhere.
Val Stewart says, Serious heard today that Motherwell are looking at Paul Hartley. No thanks.
Nope.
I would take nobody from the lower leagues with Scottish football.
I'm going to get told no here, and I already know that I'm going to get told no. But do you not think Neil McCann was unlucky at Dundee?
Yes, he was. I think he should have
And
been.
do you not think that he tried to play decent football?
Aye.
I mean, it's not somebody. He wouldn't be my number one choice, but it's somebody that if we appointed, I wouldn't turn my nose up at that. I think he deserves another go, or even Lee McCulloch. But I know he's wanting at Hearts now.
I wouldn't take Scott Bain on loan. No. Definitely not.
No, don't touch Scott Bain.
But then again, we're starting to cry out for a goalkeeper, aren't we?
Yep.
2 of our goalkeepers are out of contract on Friday.
Can Rangers not give John McLaughlin or something if they're going to play McGregor? Do you know what I mean?
That'd be great.
Please.
What do you mean, Jeremy? It's Motherwell. This is what we are talking about. Would love Mikey Johnson on loan. Would add much needed quality. Yeah. Or Greg Stewart from Rangers says he's in Scotland, but he's linked with Hibs.
Yep. Everybody's body linked with Hibs at a minute, aren't they? Chris Cadden as well.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been asking me about what I think about Chris Cadden going to Hibs, and I really don't care. James Scott on loan, I think he's a first team regular for Hull now.
I know Hull fans that have said he's one of the worst players that have ever played for Hull.
Really?
Yep. They don't rate him at all down there. And I love James at Motherwell, right? But I don't think James is the kind of person that's going to come down and get you a scrap.
No.
Which is what we're in a scrap at the minute. Anybody who doesn't.
James Scott was potentially going to be a caviar player for us, but then.
By the way, there's some good shouts here. People that we mentioned: Bekobe, Mackay Stephen. We've mentioned Mackay Stephen. Jordan Jones, another good shout.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been more possible had Robbo been in the door with the Northern Irish connection. But
be realistic. Motherwell should be going for a Jimmy Calderwood or something like. Think he would get Motherwell stable. You know, with thinking along those lines, do you not think if we could potentially bring Craig Brown back out of retirement?
Not a chance. Yeah. See if we were going to go for another dumb manager, I think Dick Campbell deserves his shot in the big league.
There's a shout. I mean, he would scare it in submission, wouldn't he?
Oh, he wouldn't take any rubbish, I know, he wouldn't take any shit, mate.
But I don't.
There's by the way, Jason Cummins.
Mm-hmm.
We need a striker. I'm just some of the names that are popping up here.
Jimmy Calderwood has got dementia, so I don't think he'd be great.
Yeah, he's not very well, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Niall Kane says Cummings is a good shout. His name's rumoured. Billy Davis says Gurney. Morgan Whittaker on loan from Derby County. That's quite specific.
Yeah. We'll probably go for again players that you never heard of.
Yeah. But I mean, as long as it's anyone but Mark Miggy, that's.
Oh, keep him so far away from the club.
I know.
He shouldn't even become. I would take him back a scouting mission, Mark McGee. There you go. If he gets in the club, that's how far away he should be kept from Motherwell.
Graham Alexander was phenomenal.
I love that. It will never happen, but I would love to see it. Paolo Di Canio. Oh man. Oh, I'd love to see it, man.
Oh, that's a good one.
League One wins.
Klamala or a Yeti? No, Brian, come on.
Yeah, by the way, there's a shout for the goalkeeper on loan West Forderingham.
Alright.
He's not doing anything in Sheffield United.
Aye. Would you take Klamala? We'll take anything. Anyone that can actually hit a barn door with a shotgun, I think. I wouldn't take Graham Murphy manager.
Take big Michael Higdon at this rate.
Oh, mate. Things I would do to see Michael Higdon back.
Aye, well, he's too old now, but we need that. That's what we need. We need a goal scorer. We need somebody to put the ball in the net.
Manager. What about Daniel Stendel?
Aye, Sean said that earlier as well. He does try and play good football, but he tried to come in and save Hearts last season. I don't know if he was going to end up achieving it, to be honest. Too many big games that they didn't win.
Peter Nah.
They seem to beat the bigger teams with Stendhal. And can they beat the teams in about them?
Mm-hmm.
So and that's what we need to be doing. We need to beat the teams round about us.
Yeah. Ryan Hardy says Adam Oliver.
Well, who's he winning?
Blackpool, I think. Sam Crooks has been playing too much Football Manager for my liking.
I don't even know the guy that you mentioned.
Ian Holloway, as we said earlier, I would love us to get Ian Holloway. I mean, that would be a fantastic signing as a manager. But I think it's too soon after he's been let go from Grimsby.
There's a shout. When was the last time John Ruddy played a game of football?
I don't know if he'd take the wage cut though. And I've also seen Rolando Adams get mentioned as well.
I would rather Aribe than Aarons.
Me too.
So I would.
Aribe would actually be cheaper as well.
Yep. Aarons was he was good, but he was hit and a miss. Know what I mean?
I was having a look in transfer market, and Bully Aribe's values he's worth half as much as he was when he actually was at Motherwell the first time round.
Yeah, I know. And he'll create things. That was another point of last night, Gogs. There was just no creative force in the team at all.
I mean, we talked about us not having a plan B. Last night we didn't see a plan A.
No.
Like there was no creativity at all in the team, and that was our main worry. And just really want to see us actually get creating again. And I mean, Saturday's not going to start anything because it's just going to be a long ball game.
I mean, people are saying Barry Ferguson, right? He stays in Hamilton.
I wouldn't take Barry Ferguson though, because
I don't think Barry Ferguson would take a job.
No, because he's got a bigger budget at Kelty than Motherwell.
Yep, that's how small our budget is. Plus, he's trying to write a story there as well, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Ben says Stephen Presley.
No, thank you.
No, I wouldn't take any of the Fergusons. Wycombe Wanderers is a good team to look at with Dunn still on the books. Because Adam Oliver said Fred on Yedima. I really don't think Motherwell would be looking at players that we could spend on a transfer fee.
Yeah, it would be free agents or loan moves at this point.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen Motherwell spend money a handful of times.
And one time was when we nearly went bust, so...
Yeah, in my lifetime. William Moult, Trevor Carson, two that spring to mind right away.
Yeah. We spent 50k on Louis Moult?
I think it was it not 100 on Louis Moult?
Was it? And 75,000 on Marvin Johnson as well.
Aye, so we're not exactly big spenders.
No. Humphreys from Southend says, yes, sir, I can boogie. I wouldn't want to touch anyone from Southend. They're like second bottom of League 2 in England.
There's William Waddle asking stupid questions.
I don't care. We get asked this thing. Whose favourite from the bookie is probably Tommy Wright. I will say though,
you shared the photograph earlier of the bookies. Have you got it there?
I'll get it back up because hold on one sec. This will be the final talking point of the because we've got New Year's celebrations to go through. Hold on. One sec. I can't even find it now. There we go. We've got a very uninspiring list. Keith Lasley being 2-1, Stuart McCall 4-1, Malky Mackay 10-1, Derek Adams 12s, Stubbs 14, Barry Ferguson and David Hopkins 16, Paul Hartley 18, Alex McLeish, Billy Davis and Craig Levine 20s, and Ali McCoy and Mark McGee 25-1.
Oh my God, why is he even on the list?
I know.
Why is he even on the list? No, but as I said, Malcolm Mackay for that list of names. Or Billy Davis would be brilliant, but I don't know whether Billy's looking for a job at the minute.
And then
He
again,
gets Slaney.
then again, how do you go and sell someone the job of Motherwell FC right now?
Yeah, I know. A team that's struggling, a team that's in need of about probably 4 or 5 new players.
Is it a bit of a now? Obviously, that screenshot was from a couple hours ago. I'll have another look at Sky Bet. Accumulators, football, specials, and manager specials next. Permanent Motherwell manager. So Keith Lasley's 10-11 now. Tommy Wright 5-2. Morris Ross 6-1. Valakari 14. Adams Cragen 16. Gary Holt McCall 18. Stubbs and Ferguson 20s. And so's Darren Young, David Hopkins, Malky Mackay, Stuart Petrie, Alex McLeish and Billy Davies and Paul Hartley 22s. Ian Holloway's 25-1.
There you go.
Tony McMahon, who's that?
Look at a clue. Probably be him that gets it.
Roy Keane is 28-1 for the Motherwell manager.
Right, there you go. Sean just sent me that list there. But no, we'll wait and see. I think it'll be done within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think it'll take about 2 or 3 weeks to go through this.
To get through the process. So let's just get behind the boys and get behind Keith for the next couple of games. I know it's difficult to do that when you're sitting in the house, but
yeah, absolutely. Hello, Joe. Gogsy and Stevie till the end of the season with Fraser helping out.
I'm sure Fraser would want the job to manage himself. He'd be getting dealt with all the assistants.
But Lynn's an assistant coach at East Fife. Why would we waste time with that?
Why the hell would we go for him?
Mr. DMC95 says we need someone we haven't had before. New ideas, in my opinion. Don't think Keith would do the job. He was condoning the Aberdeen game as a good performance. Took us to the 76th minute to have a shot on target, I'm assuming.
That's good.
I don't think Keith Lasley was a leader for us on the pitch, but off the pitch, I don't know yet. Scott McDonald's still a player, so I don't think he'd want to come back anytime soon.
Plus, why would you use Scott McDonald? I think it's either going to be Keith if it's somebody new they're looking for, or it's going to be somebody with experience. Do you know what I mean? They're going to go for an inexperienced manager out with the club, I don't think.
It's not the sort of story of like Julian Nagelsmann being the youngest coach in Germany or something like that we'll have at Motherwell. We'll probably get someone that's in their mid 40s to 60s and see if their experience can take us up a level. But now, I think now's not the time to be ambitious. It's the time to be safe and stay in the league. And then next season we build on whatever we do this season.
I think we need a rebuild next year because Campbell won't be there, Gallagher won't be there, O'Donnell won't be there. Some of the draws, hopefully, that we've signed this season won't be there. So it could be a completely new team that we're looking at next season, whether we're in the SPL or the Championship.
Even if we get a quick fix until the end of the season, and then we can actually spend more time looking at a new gaffer. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to call it there.
See, before we go, Gogsy, I've got an announcement for the people in the comments. In the new year, I'm going to have Darren Fletcher coming on the podcast, so be sure to subscribe to A Different View, all one word, and then a space in football, and then just you'll see that interview coming in the new year. So hopefully that'll do some big numbers because I don't think Darren's been been on the podcast yet. I think I'm one of the first to get him on, so it's quite exciting news for myself.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing it or watching it anyway. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming in. I hope you all have a fantastic new year. We've been sitting at around about 100 people watching basically for the whole show. So thanks everyone for taking time out your New Year's Eve. And as of now, we're out. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
We'll see you all in the new year. Thank you very much, guys.
Have a good one tonight.
Drive safe.
Drive safely.